Hello, 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 everyone. What's going on in the creamery here today? What's up for everybody? You can't see my face here yet, but I am here. I'm going to review I'm just going to show it right now. I'm just not even going to fuck around. We're not even going to dilly-dally. We're not even going to fucking sit behind the getting ready screen any longer than we already have because it's Tuesday. Motherfuckers. I don't know why I'm addressing you as such, but that is the way. I'm touching my microphone way too much right now. Every time I go back and I watch a stream, because I've actually been trying to get into more of a habit of going back and watching older streams that I've done and stuff like that, and I grab the microphone and just move it around. Also, welcome on in, Seth. I saw you here. You're first in chat. Woohoo! What's up, nerd? What's up is Okay, guys. Let's be real here. Last Thursday, I made mistakes. Mistakes were made on the previous night when I had gone to Weird Al after I'd gotten home. I made mistakes, and that's why I was sick on Thursday. I was hungover, and that's why the stream lasted like an hour on Thursday. And then I made the mistake of the next day drinking more after being hungover the day before, thinking that that was going to work very well for me. It did not. It went very terribly, and then I spent the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, hungover again. Even worse than the first time. Obviously, it lasted 2 days. What I can just tell you from that is that just be very mindful of how you party, folks. I went overboard. I did the wrong thing. I got a little too into my feels, and I was like, you know what? I think I need to pull things back a little bit. We need to reassess what's going on here. And Saturday and Sunday, I spent just in Saturday. It was mostly Saturday, but then it was like the most agonizing, just gut wrenching. And I'll say this: thankfully, it wasn't throwing up. But other than that, that's all I'll say, because I've been there before with hangovers, and this was bad. This was bad form. This was not looking good. And then I was a little depressed yesterday in the morning. Like throughout the evening, I kind of started to feel a little bit better. But today I've been in a much better mood. I spent the better part of the day actually fucking editing down a vlog thing for my trip that I did like a month ago. I got back from like a month ago or so ago. Excuse me. And it's basically done. I want to maybe like shorten it down a little bit, because it's like 20 minutes long, I think. So like I might like shorten it down, or I might like cut it up into 2 parts. I don't know. 20 minutes seems kind of nice, honestly. Like, it might not be too long at all, but it just kind of goes through and like walks through like what happened on my trip. In like with like the pictures, it just shows them. It's like a slideshow mostly of like with a voiceover that I kind of did like on the spot. It's kind of funny. I'm really and there's like a mini clip show in there of like clips from the I was gonna say episode. This is like a podcast or something. The episode we did from the road, the stream that we did from the road. The first step from learning from your mistakes is acknowledging them and finding a way to adapt to them. We've just talked about this. Well, I did because of student training. Yeah, I need to do better sometimes with my self-control, and I realize that. And sometimes, and sometimes you'll have like one part of your patterns figured out, but there's like, wait, there's actually 4 other things that I do to self-sabotage, and this is another one of them. So like, let's work on that. And then again, I'll work on that, and another one of the things that I do to self-sabotage will start rearing its head, and I won't be recognizing it. Is my AC on? Hold on, folks. I need to look at this right now. already sweating back here. I'm like, this is not right. I should not be sweating this bad already. All right, so that's the end of that album. So I'm also playing in the background right now. I've been playing my music because this, I'm not sure if it's actually going to be this Thursday. I might make it this Friday. I'm not actually sure. Just like a special one-off stream of music performance. Because I was supposed to have a show this Thursday, and because last weekend was the holiday, I guess that like the venue, like location, like basically it's like a committee that kind of puts on the event at the farmers market that I performed at last month, and they kind of didn't. I kind of didn't like ask about it until like last week, and I was like, so is this like happening? And he's like, actually, I don't know. Let me ask, and it's not. So I don't have a show this Thursday. So there will be a stream this Thursday though. I don't know if it will be the music stream. Maybe we'll do like a music production stream on Thursday. We could finish the Gargling Milk song. I don't know. I'd need to get my music setup done, which I'd need to do for Friday anyway, but regardless. But now I'm going to be playing Eternal Equinox, which is the album I came out with back in October. Shocktober. Which is like, fuck, it's almost October again, I feel like. Interesting fact, this was in the training. Did you know that the ridges on the average red solo cup correspond to what and how? Yes, it's depending on the type of alcohol. It's like the bottom line is like how much wine, or no, a shot is like like a 1 ounce shot is like the very bottom. Then it's 4 ounces of wine, and then it's like an 8 ounce beer or 12 or something like that. It goes up gradually as however big a solo cup is. I've seen an infographic of that. I didn't know if that was true or not though. I just thought it might be some bullshit, but maybe it actually does correlate to. I'd like to test that out with like an actual like measuring cup. I'm such a fucking nerd. Bottom is liquor, middle is wine, top is beer. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're not supposed to have nearly as much wine as you do beer. Well, I don't listen to either. And the bottom is liquor? You sure the middle isn't liquor? Have I been doing it way wrong? No, I'm just kidding. That's an absolute joke. I don't fill it to the middle with liquor anymore. You learn your lesson when you do it too many times, and then you. So yeah, I just got some jams going. I found that, and no, it's a really cool fact. If you don't, as someone who's had their fair share of drinking days. I did know that. I'm not even a drinker. So yeah, I'm someone who's I've done my fair share of partying. I realized that should be behind me. I'm like, after this past weekend, I'm like sitting here thinking like, maybe I shouldn't party like that quite anymore. Maybe those days should have been left behind me in college. But we'll see. So yeah, I edited the vlog today. Unfortunately, I don't have too much else to talk about aside from we're going to be doing music this week. Either a music production stream where I'll either make more music on Thursday, or I'll do a performance stream on Thursday, and we'll just do another like this kind of stream on fucking Thursday. I don't fucking know. But Thursday's open, and so are my butt cheeks. Why did I say that? Dude, there's the mini clip compilation that I kind of discovered while editing this vlog is great. I said a lot of very, very clippable and quotable things during the stream I did on the road. That's for sure. I was like combing through it, and I'm like, man, I was in rare form. I was laughing though. All right, what do you use for music production? A buddy of mine uses. Oh, I've used BandLab before. I think it was like Cakewalk that back then. I think it's BandLab now. I think that's the same one as. But I use Ableton Live. And I've done, like, honestly, like, before I went live today, I was like, I say I'm going to play Stardew, but a part of me feels like I could do music. However, I have none of my instruments back here ready to play. I don't have my music set up here, so I'd want to, yeah, the Cakewalk is the PC. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I've used Cakewalk for actually the first, like, 3 or 4 songs I made that's on the Fallen from the Stars SoundCloud, I want to say. There's, like, I think there's, like, 2 to 4. It might be like I want to say. No, Ableton Live is not free. There is a free trial. I got very lucky when I got the free trial. It got extended for like 6 months because of COVID. So I had it from like April. Well, I guess it's lucky for the people who had COVID. But I got it from like April to like September. And when I bought it on sale for Black Friday. It was still hundreds of dollars. Like it was, and I had to put it on like a credit, like I put it on payment plan. It is not, so there's actually 3 different versions of Ableton Live though. I will say that. There's Ableton Live Lite, which is like the cheapest license. And then there's like Ableton Live Standard and then Suite. And I bought Suite because that lets you use the Max for Live devices. It gives you all of the different instruments, all of the different audio effects, like just everything. They should have a free version like Resolve. They're not gonna do that. not DAWs. Now there are some free DAWs. Obviously, Cakewalk is a free DAW, but Ableton is just there's no way that for how much. It's hard to describe how much even the light version. If you're buying the light version, which is even I think that's like $300 or $400.